Hi and welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Casey. Something that I want to comment on this weekend, aside from the fact that it was a great Father's Day having my own dad on the show. Good job, Pops. He gave some good information out there and shared some fun history. But I was really taken aback by the U.S. Open this year. Actually, it provided a great situation for a sports psychology 101 analysis. A lot of athletes come in and speak to me when they find themselves making the same mistakes over and over again. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'd like to take a moment to describe how that happens and how to break the cycle. Because although congratulations goes out to Phil Mickelson for taking away 5 runner-up titles for the U.S. Open, that's not exactly the type of title I believe he was going for this year. I know he had a lot on his mind, and hats off to him for being out on the course at all. However, it creates this opportunity. How is it that you're going into the final last holes and you bogey twice to give it up? This is something that becomes, again, this self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, fears for athletes are really normal. In fact, if we performed without fears, we'd find ourselves getting hurt a lot because we'd forget about the important lessons from the past. Unfortunately, when we perform a mistake, we end up rehearsing that mistake over and over again in our minds sometimes as athletes. It's almost like we have our own video highlight reel that we could do without. But when you rehearse this in your mind's eye over and over and over again, you're actually physically practicing the mistake that you performed, that you actually want to stay away from. So my word of advice is to make sure that you correct your mental imagery. If you're an athlete and you've had a mistake, make sure that when you visualize it, when you relive it at night before you go to sleep, fix the error. Otherwise, the next time you find yourself in a sports situation where you're reminded of that mistake, you're going to relive it. Instead, if you've corrected the mental imagery, you'll see yourself performing to completion the proper way that you want to see the finish. This is a way to avoid the self-fulfilling prophecy, and again, it's just another sports psychology 101 tip from me. Tune into the show this weekend. Every Saturday and Sunday, I'm on from 7 to 8 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. You can stream online at am830.net live and get your questions answered, comment on the show's topics, or reach me on Twitter. The Dr. Casey Show is on Twitter, and I take your tweets live on air every weekend. Until we speak again, make all your performances and your life its most excellent.